Thank you, Lauren. I'm so happy to be here tonight. Excited about our collaboration with Pomegranate's always been one of my favorite ingredients, so really looking forward to sharing this recipe. Early in my culinary career, I was fascinated with the cuisine of North Africa, specifically Morocco, and that's where I discovered pomegranate. So when Pom came out with their product several years ago, I thought it was just brilliant. Pomegranate's really a dynamic ingredient, and I've used it for years in all forms, really. Fresh pomegranate seeds, pomegranate juice, pomegranate molasses, actually. A lot of people call it syrup. So we're gonna use a little bit of all three tonight. And I'm super excited to share this menu. We have three really kind of innovative dishes that our culinary test kitchen team developed. A smoked eggplant terrine with a pomegranate jelly. And then we have pomegranate seeds with macadamia ricotta and sourdough. And the dish I'm going to be making for you, going to be demonstrating for you, is harissa marinated cauliflower, very much a Moroccan-inspired dish. Serving it with a coconut yogurt, pistachios, olives, a little bit of parsley and couscous, and then a pomegranate sauce at the end, which I'm going to show you how I make. And the last is coconut panna cotta with a pomegranate caramels, all related to the cuisine that I was focused on 20, 30 years ago. Still am in love with the exotic flavors of North Africa and with pomegranate. So excited to show you this dish. So as you'll see in the recipe, we have the marinated cauliflower. It's marinated overnight, really absorbs. Cauliflower is very porous, so it absorbs a lot of the marinade itself. And this we are going to sear in the pan and then finish it in the oven to give it a nice caramelization. While that's cooking, I have my vegetable stock here on the stove. It's simmering, and I'm going to make some couscous. And the couscous will be seasoned with some chopped pistachio. I've got pistachio here, another one of my favorite ingredients, and some beautiful green olives, and a little bit of parsley, and of course all the basics. Whenever anybody's cooking, they really need to have kind of these basics like olive oil, black pepper, sea salt. I love citrus, so I always have citrus around me. And it will get finished with some pomegranate seeds, coconut yogurt. I'm going to make a special sauce in the pan after I take the cauliflower out of the oven, and then I'll show you how to plate it. And hope you enjoy the fragrance and the aroma and the deep flavors. It's a pretty exotic dish, and at the same time very simple to make at home. So I'm gonna get started. I want to take the cut side of the cauliflower. So this is a half cauliflower, and I want to put the cut side down. That's what we want to brown before we go into the oven. I'm just going to give this a couple minutes to caramelize before we go into the oven, and then I'll turn it over and we'll finish cooking it. So as you can see, we have really nice color on here. Just gonna make sure it absorbs all that marinade, and going into a 350-degree oven. That's gonna be about 15 minutes or so. And while that's cooking, I'm going to show you how to make the couscous. So couscous, we actually make fresh couscous, which is not so difficult in our online culinary classes at Food Future Institute. I'm using a packaged couscous, which is still a great product, and it's really easy to make. It takes about 5 minutes. The ratio of liquid to the couscous itself is about 1.5 to 1, meaning that if you're using a pint of couscous, then it's 1.5 pints of liquid, and that's what I've got here. So I've got a really good vegetable stock on the stove simmering, and have my couscous here. I'm just gonna drop that in, let it cook, and then start to prepare all the other flavor components. As soon as that's done, I'm just going to let it absorb the rest of the liquid, let it cool just a little bit. So I have everything ready. Couscous is cooked and fluffed, and I'm going to take the cauliflower out of the oven, just let it cool for a minute or two while I prepare the rest of the ingredients and a quick pan sauce. This is nice and caramelized. Just gonna let it cool on this plate for a moment. So all these juices in the pan actually is going to add a lot of flavor to our sauce. I'm going to actually deglaze it with some of the palm juice and let that cook down a little bit. This will make a nice sauce for us. And a little bit of pomegranate molasses. So we'll add a little bit of that. And I like to cut through the sweetness and tartness with a little bit of citrus. So I have a couple of limes here. You could use limes or preserved lemons. Just gonna chop a few other ingredients here to have for the finished dish. I have some roasted pistachios. Again, like one of my favorite nuts because of the texture and the crunch. I'm just gonna quickly, roughly chop these. And also have some really beautiful olives, green olives. Again, just rough chop, nothing too uniform. We don't want anything. Moroccan food isn't about artistry. It's really rustic, homey, comfortable food. So the sauce is about ready. You can see it starts bubbling, gets a little bit thick. I'm gonna let this cool just a little bit. So first, I'm going to take a little bit of the couscous. It's nice and fluffy. And just go to the center of the plate. I want to make sure that's like all fluffed up. And it's fine to serve the cauliflower whole like this, or we can cut it. I'm going to actually cut it on a bias just to change it up a little bit. That way you get to see the textural contrast. It's really so beautiful. And it's, as you can see, it's absorbed all the marinade, intertwined into the membrane of the cauliflower. So we're going to add our olives, pistachios. I have some chopped parsley here. Just gonna add a lot of this, be abundant, make it really nice and colorful. And then our delicious sauce, which I'll spoon around the outside and a little bit over the top. And don't be shy about using all of it, because the couscous is very absorbent, so it will really absorb all of this sauce, and even a little bit over the top of the cauliflower as well. Take some of these gorgeous pomegranate seeds. They're not only delicious and nutritious, but they also provide really nice textural contrast. As you can see, like the whole dish changed when we added that. And then finally, nice dollop of this coconut yogurt right here on the inside. And this dish is meant to be cool and hot, spicy, but also subtle and really well balanced. So there you can see our completed dish. I hope you enjoyed the demo. Really hope you have a lovely meal tonight, and I'm ready to answer any questions after I take a couple bites myself.